ifs, no buts.
No education cuts! No ifs, no buts, no education cuts!
Thousands of students from schools, colleges and universities across the country walked out onto the streets to protest against the cuts the coalition government is planning to impose on education. They were also joined by many teachers, lecturers and trade unionists. In Newcastle, hundreds of young people came together at the monument where an open mic session was held.
£100 billion on Trident missiles, if we can spend countless billions on wars of mass destruction and mass murder, then we can afford to have a free education for our future generations.
We are here to oppose cuts, and we've got to exercise our democratic right to say that the cuts are neither necessary, they're not good for society, they're not needed, and we don't want them.
If they want young people to get involved and to have their say, then they've got to deal with what we've got to say, which is that we care about our futures and that government is there to provide a better life for the next generation. If they're failing us in that, we're going to have something to say about it.
The Students United will never be defeated! Yeah!
The students then marched across the streets of Newcastle with reggae tunes blasting from portable speakers. We spoke to the young people who've been most active in the recent protests to see what they're hoping to achieve.
I'm here because I've been a part of this cause for a while now. I've been involved in the Newcastle occupation because this is my future, it's everyone else's future. No matter who you are, young or old, if you're going to be hit by education cuts or not, you should be standing up for the younger generation. That's what every generation here is for.
I've been helping out with this occupation for the last 6 or 7 days, and it's going brilliantly. It's fantastic.
Okay, so what does the occupation want? What are the demands?
Part of our demands are that the university opens their books on where cuts will be made, and we want to be involved with that. Also that the Vice-Chancellor writes an open letter basically saying that he doesn't agree with the Brown report and that it's not a good idea.
I went on the walkout last Wednesday. My teacher literally came along and barricaded me in. And this is what does not make sense, that teachers are encouraging children to have an interest in politics. And then when children have a desire and actually want to continue their education further, then we're stopped. And that's what I find so funny.
The young people that I spoke to seemed very excited by the protest and passionate about the issues they were speaking out for. But what do adults think about all of this?
We're here really to support the students. They've always been really supportive of us in our fights when we've been on strike. I'm also a single parent and my son's 16, so he's going to be faced with these massive cuts, and I've got a 12-year-old as well who's obviously going to be faced with that as well. So I think it's important that we all stick together, trade unions, pensioners, unemployed and the students, and that we can fight against these cuts.
It's not just about keeping education just for rich people. It's also about changing the way education is given in this country. It's going to take a lot of courses out of the humanities and social sciences and the arts, and it's going to change society in that way. It's going to rob society of an awful lot of its light.
The thing that bothers me, well, two things that bother me actually. One is that the arts subjects are not being sufficiently funded, so arts and social sciences are likely to suffer. And the other thing is that people currently at school are not going to be encouraged to get a higher education.
It was obvious that the opposition against the cuts was well supported, both by young people and adults, as well as trade unions. National Student Union has also recently joined the opposition, saying that whenever there is non-violent student action, NUS should and will support it. The headliners' peer trainers also attended the demonstrations and offered their opinions.
There was a great buzz, a sense of pride and a sense of commitment towards what they want to prove, what they want to fight for.
I thought it was awesome. I've enjoyed it. I want to do it again so many times. But I hope the government does listen to what we've got to say.
I enjoyed the march. I enjoyed the atmosphere. It was just great. I think the government have to listen to us now. I think they do.
It's a great start, but from here we can only go further and higher.
With students in universities across the UK refusing to leave their occupations until their demands are met, and with more demonstrations to come, there's a lot of hope that the government will not go ahead with the proposed cuts. Whether this will happen or not remains to be seen. Lizzie reporting for Headliners.
No ifs, no buts.
No education cuts! No ifs, no buts,
no education cuts, no ifs, no buts, no education cuts.